My name is Rocio Cortez, and this is my journey as a scientist. I was born and raised in the small town of Poteet, Texas. The area was primarily made of ranch land and farmland. Like many kids, I thought about becoming a veterinarian because I loved animals. As I got older, concepts like reduce, reuse, and recycle were becoming more popular, and environmental issues were becoming more mainstream. My passions shifted from animals to the environment. The older that I got, I was taking more classes, learning about global warming, learning about climate change, learning about the factors like fossil fuels, carbon emissions, and it was all just really overwhelming. A lot of the stuff that we were learning seemed to highlight a lot of the issues, but there was no solutions to the problems. I wanted to become part of the solution, and I had to try and envision where to start. There were so many issues, from political, environmental, social, they all kind of interconnect. And when you're looking at global issues, it's kind of hard to decide what topic to pick, what problem to tackle. So as I was coming out of undergrad and into grad school, I was learning a lot about wildlife management, and fires in California were very prominent, in the news, a lot of things were happening. And as I was graduating, the Australian summer bushfires happened. That happened in 2019 to 2020. It lasted about 7 or 8 months. Immediately after Australia was on fire, half of California was on fire. And as a wildlife major, I had to ask myself, what are we doing? Are we doing anything? It came out in the media that 3 billion animals died as a result of the fires that happened in Australia. And I knew that similar issues were happening in California, even though they weren't as mainstream. So I decided to go back to grad school and ask this question: what are we doing in the event of emergency preparedness, in the event of natural disasters? What are we doing for wildlife? What conservation efforts are currently in place for wildlife? So I'm trying to understand that right now with my research. I am talking to wildlife officials, people who are on the ground, so wildlife rehabilitators, and trying to learn more about the challenges that they're facing and what we can do to make it better. By better understanding disaster preparedness and readiness, and making sure that we are integrating life organizations, conservationists, we can make more meaningful change in the world. I became a scientist because I wanted to be part of the change. I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. And I know that I have the drive and the means to do that and to be part of this. I know that there's a world of wildlife, there's a world of conservation, and there's a world that has power. And I know that we can combine these things and we can make change. We just need more creative minds in the field. We need more communication. We need to work together. And I want to be part of this. I want to be able to grow up and say that I contributed to trying to make the world a better place. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.